worsened recession since the Great Depression. 80 years later, the U.S. stock market hit a record high, and the unemployment rate was the lowest in 10 years. His just-employment led to the U.S. Supreme Court lifting the ban on same-sex marriage and strengthening restrictions on abortion. Obama himself has
Yes, I can hear any sound.
这样有吗？
No. 你有打开你的声音吗？
有啊，我这边听得到声音啊。
You took on a role you didn't ask for, and you made it your own, with grace and with grit and with style and good humor. You have made me proud. You have become two amazing young women. You are smart and you are beautiful, but more importantly, you are kind and you are thoughtful and you are full of passion. And you wore the burden of years in the spotlight so easily. Of all that I've done in my life, I am most proud to be your dad.
Diana walked into the crowd. In the past, the British royal family still have social safety distance in front of the crowd. Princess Diana chose to walk into the crowd, shook hands with the crowd, head squatted down, and talked to the elderly and the children. She make people feel like the princess is so close to the people. Princess Diana's landmark walk. She flew to Angola, Africa, wearing only simple equipment, walking through the minefield in person and take photos with people who lost their legs because of mice. Committed to advocating prohibition to use mice, Diana's behavior indirectly promotes the Treaty of Prohibition to use mice in the international.
She was the People's Princess. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be learning more about the life of Princess Diana. Diana Frances
可以再把音量再提高吗？
1961 in Sandringham, Norfolk. Her aristocratic family had had close ties with Britain's royal family for centuries. and included illustrious members like Sir Winston Churchill. At age 7, Diana went to live with her father after her parents' divorce. She attended first-class schools, and while she was not considered an exceptional student, the shy Diana did excel in pursuits like music, dancing, and swimming. In 1975, her father became the Earl Spencer, which meant Diana earned the title Lady. 2 years later, Lady Di met Charles, Prince of Wales, while he was dating her older sister, Sarah. By the end of the 1970s, Diana was living in London, where she fostered her love of children as a nanny and teacher. It wasn't long before her acquaintance with Prince Charles grew into more, and the two began a courtship despite their 13-year age difference. After 6 months of dating, Charles dealt with the scrutiny and responsibilities associated with her post. It was later revealed that she suffered from bulimia and depression during this time and had contemplated suicide. She turned to charity work as a means to cope and frequently visited sick children as well as AIDS and leprosy patients. In fact, Diana was the first celebrity photographed touching an HIV-infected person. Unfortunately, as the 1980s progressed, Diana and Charles privately drifted apart. In mid-1992, news of affairs on both sides of the marriage was splashed across the tabloids, and British Prime Minister John Major announced their separation that December.
It is announced from Buckingham Palace that with regret, the Prince and Princess of Wales have decided to separate. Their Royal Highnesses had no plans to divorce, and their constitutional positions are unaffected.
More lurid details of the royal couple's extramarital romances surfaced over the next few years, until the couple finally divorced on August 28, 1996. Diana continued lending her support and celebrity to charities, including the International Campaign to Ban Landmines, which won a Nobel Peace Prize in 1997. Diana also had high-profile relationships following her divorce, though she mostly protected these from media attention. By mid-1997, she was dating Egyptian film producer Dodi Fayed. It was with him that she traveled to Paris in August 1997. As the couple attempted to thwart paparazzi, they were chased through the city's streets at high speeds. Unfortunately, just after midnight on August 31, 1997, the car's driver, Ari Paul, lost control and they crashed in the Ponta Lama tunnel at approximately 65 miles per hour. Since none of the occupants were wearing seatbelts, the driver and Fayed were killed instantly. Diana survived the crash, but succumbed to her injuries in hospital hours later.
Stephen, I have to interrupt there because within the last few moments, the Press Association in Britain, citing unnamed British sources, has reported that Diana, Princess of Wales, has died.
Diana's death elicited outpourings of grief worldwide. It also prompted numerous conspiracy
of almost mythic authority. He abandoned European dress and identified himself with India's poor. He also took on the British Raj itself, demanding freedom for India's teeming masses. But now, in 1930, those masses were being mobilized. Gandhi had called for a march to the sea to protest the salt tax, and his people responded. They set out from every corner of India, simple peasants and fierce tribesmen, from the river plains and from the towering mountain country. When rioting broke out, troops had to be called in, and the British had to appeal to Gandhi to help restore order. It was a pattern that would repeat itself throughout the 1930s. Gandhi would be arrested, riots would blaze all over India, and eventually Gandhi would be released to act as peacemaker. It was in 1946, with the new British government in power, that Gandhi was summoned to the Governor-General's palace in Simla. Here, Lord and Lady Wavell put a brave face on a humiliating truth. The British were being forced out of India. But there were huge obstacles in the way of independence, and one of them was Muhammad Jinnah, who wanted a separate state for Muslims. Gandhi, always the idealist, ever the conciliator, tried to persuade his fellow Hindus to grant generous concessions to the Muslim minority. He was given eloquent support by his admirer and great friend, Pandit Nehru.